New Horizons, when it flew past Pluto and Charon, was able to make some interesting measurements on the moon itself. It's not nearly as active as Pluto. Pluto had that big nitrogen plain, glacier plain that looked like it was turning over, so there was processing going on. Charon's smaller, doesn't have an atmosphere really of any sort. The upper red stuff we think is coming from Pluto, so there's some depositing going on. But you can see in other regions, the surface is quite old, 4 billion years old, so it preserves the craters that have run into it. And they did a study and looked at the number of craters on Charon, and it turns out there is a lack of 13-kilometer and smaller craters. So the small craters seem to be not as prevalent as they would expect. And that is based upon if they were collisionally in equilibrium. All the collisions that were going to happen had busted off all the small pieces that were going to happen. Big ones re-glom together, that it's in this equilibrium. The process is happening at the same rate. They're breaking apart at the same rate they're coming back together. This study shows that that's not happening out there. That this is actually, we're seeing pieces that haven't impacted or been affected at all by any of the other pieces. They're pristine chunks left over from the formation of the solar system, which is exceptionally interesting to think that out there are pieces that came together from that cloud that formed our solar system, and they're really pristine. So exceptionally interesting to study these objects. The asteroid belt is quite different, however. It does seem to have more of an equilibrium that's going on. And that might make sense if you think about the orbital times. Out there, you're so far from the sun, it takes you a very long time to go around. Collisions are going to be much rarer. There's a lot more space. In the asteroid belt, even though it's not crowded like this picture, this is actually a false picture of an asteroid belt.
But it's pretty.
It's pretty, exactly. We had to include it. But the collisions are more common, and the track is faster. Objects are moving around faster, and the collisions seem to have come into an equilibrium. So a different state is going on between those two.